out of Tshwane, where police have now arrested 2 more suspects in the murder case of the Nigerian e-hailing driver Isaac Sadlat. The men, who are aged 30 and 26, are set to appear in the Pretoria Magistrates Court, along with a 25-year-old woman who was arrested last Friday. Now, Sadlat was killed last Wednesday after he accepted a ride on his e-hailing app requested from a man and a woman. The incident, captured on CCTV footage, has been widely circulated. Zola Sholwana is live for us now from Pretoria West to give us another sense of what has happened thus far. Zola, let's just get an update now. 2 more to be in court today. Just give us a further update.
Well, I can tell you, Arabile, that family and friends of Isaac are quite relieved after they heard the breaking news that 2 more people have been arrested and they will be appearing in court today. But more than anything else, really, when you see young people who are gathered here, in support of Isaac, people that knew him, people that attended the same institution with him, it's quite triggering for the family. We are told that the father currently is not in a good state health-wise because of this incident. But I'm going to be speaking to a family spokesperson, who will also be following this case, as some of Isaac's family members are in Nigeria as we speak. So thank you very much for your time. Isaac's family, especially those that live in Nigeria, have not seen him for years, and now this has happened.
Exactly. So first, it's very sad for them. They have quite a lot of questions. He has 2 siblings, younger siblings. He's the first. So siblings that look up to you and always talk to you and are inspired. Younger siblings being inspired by the older siblings, and they're looking forward to seeing you. And then you have a mother, obviously, who had cared for you growing up, and now all of a sudden she's never going to see you alive again. And so for the whole family, they just have a lot of question mark. I think for them back in Nigeria, the family, it's more like it's not real. It hasn't really sunk in yet, until I believe they see his corpse in a coffin, in a casket. Then it would really shatter them totally. I think it would be another experience for them. But it is sad the way he was gruesomely murdered, the way he was killed. It was something that nobody deserved, that sort of way to die. His dad is struggling, very much struggling. We are very afraid for the father especially, because his blood pressure has just been shooting up to over 200, 238, and he had to be on medication and all that kind of stuff. And we made sure that we moved him from where he was residing to be with other family from church, who would be able to take care of him and to make sure they keep their eye on him.
Yeah. And of course, right now we've just heard breaking news that 2 more people have been arrested in connection with this case.
Yes, it is very good, for us to be able to get that news. It is the most important thing, because at the end of the day, everybody, the family, the mother, the father, the siblings, they want to know why. Why did you do that? Not just the family, but as we here at court, we've seen so many different groups who are here to support, this cause. They're asking the question why, and they're demanding for justice. So it's good that at least we have suspects arrested, and they would have to tell us why, if they're involved. If they're not involved, anyway, we'll find out. But I must say that this is something that we should not treat as a case of a Nigerian being targeted because of his nationality. A crime is crime. It can happen to anyone. Crime can be done by anyone. So we want to discourage that. We want to discourage any group, local South African group, that would want to say, well, he deserves it because he's not local, he's Nigerian. Or we don't want to see Nigerian groups saying, look, he was targeted because he's Nigerian. No. Crime is crime. It's happening to our uncles, our nieces, our nephews, our mothers, and our fathers, and we must treat it that way.
I want you to just quickly describe Isaac, as the person that he was. I mean, I've also picked up that he was a hard worker. After completing his normal job, his internship, he would then accept a few rides just to make extra cash for himself.
Yes, that's who Isaac was. He was For me, he was murdered in the course of what he loves to do, is working hard. He's very industrious, adventurous, loves to work with his hand, very creative. That's why he's able to study what he studied. He's somebody that is very sociable. His temperament is somebody who you can relate to easily. He's not loud, he accommodates people, he loves to have fun. He had even tried modeling, he's involved in church, with the youth in church and all of that kind of stuff. That's the kind of person he is. And I think for the family, that's what is very painful, because Isaac is not a violent person. Isaac is not somebody that has a criminal mind, and somebody who has a very great future ahead of him. To see him totally lose his life that way is not something that is well. But I first also, lastly, I want to really thank South Africans, especially. We've been trying to raise 70,000 on Becca Body to repatriate his body, and so far this morning I think we're sitting like 25,000 just in 3 days. And majority, 90% of the people who were given are local South Africans, So I really want to thank everybody, and this is an issue for the country, an issue for our community.
Thank you very much for your time, sir. And of course, we will be monitoring those court proceedings that are expected to start just after 9 o'clock. Arabile will also be hearing from Isaac's friends, people that got to spend, his, last days with him and understand what kind of a person was he. But more than anything else, we're looking forward to seeing the 3 suspects that will be making their first appearance at the Pretoria Magistrates Court. Back to you in studio.